What's up, guys? It's your boy WB Videos 100 coming back to you guys with another video. So I couldn't decide what type of video I should do for today, and I finally decided that I should do a video on the man himself, the icon John Cena. You already know he's the face of the WWE today, but we're going to be looking at his story and how he really became a global icon. So let's start with the basics. John Felix Anthony Cena Jr. was born to his mother Carol and his father John Felix Anthony Cena Sr. on April 23, 1977 in West Newbury, Massachusetts. He has 4 brothers. One of them is older than him, Dan, and 3 younger brothers, Matt, Steve, and Sean. I bet you guys didn't know that he had 4 brothers. And an interesting fact is that when he was born, he actually had a cord wrapped around his neck, and it was pretty incredible that he survived because the cord was wrapped 3 times around his neck, and it was a scary situation, but it just shows how miraculous John Cena was. And then more up to his childhood. When he was 12, John Cena asked for a weightlifting bench for Christmas. That's when he really got into bodybuilding because he wanted to fit in and he wanted to be able to stand up for himself. And John and his brothers, when they were growing up, really wrestling was the main source of entertainment for all the brothers, so that's where the love of wrestling came in for John Cena. But anyways, so he was raised as a Catholic and he attended Central Catholic High School in Lawrence, Massachusetts before transferring to Cushing Academy, probably a pretty expensive school. It was a private prep boarding school in Massachusetts as well. After that, he attended Springfield College in Springfield, Massachusetts. And in college, he was actually on the football team on D3, and he wore the number 54, which is still used on some of his merchandise in the WWE, by the way. But he graduated from the college in 1998, and he had a degree in exercise psychology and body movement. So soon after college, he started to pursue a career in bodybuilding, and he worked as a limousine driver. So after graduating from college, John Cena moved to California, and he really wanted to become a professional bodybuilder. But while he was out in the West, he was introduced into pro wrestling by Mike Bell, who is known as the ill-fated star of the steroid documentary Bigger, Stronger, Faster. So he began training with and wrestling for the Ultimate Pro Wrestling out of Los Angeles. And this was really the first major wrestling promotion John Cena worked for. He created his first gimmick there, the Prototype, which in his words was 50% man, 50% machine, and 100% mayhem. So continuing on October 10, 2000, while billed as the Prototype, he made his unofficial debut for the World Wrestling Federation on SmackDown in a dark match against Mickey Richardson. He lost the match, but he got another try on January 9th, 2001 on SmackDown again. This time he defeated Aaron Aguilera. He then wrestled again in a dark match on a taping on March 13th. And in 2001, he finally signed a developmental contract with Ohio Valley Wrestling, WWE's developmental contract. So after wrestling for Ohio Valley Wrestling for about 2 years, in June of 2002, John Cena was finally called up to the main roster, and on the June 24th episode of Raw, Cena finally made his WWE television debut. And on June 27, 2002, he accepted an open challenge by Kurt Angle, and as you guys know, this is where John's career really started to take off. He would have a victory over Kurt Angle, and he would have a loss too. But from here, he started to move into his ruthless aggression phase, and he started as a heel in the company. So you guys know the story of how John Cena started to really become famous in WWE. Let's dive into some stories you guys probably didn't know. So after a match with William Regal, he asked Regal what he thought about his wrestling attire, and William Regal, I quote, said, "Well, lad, if you get a set of boot and tights, at least you'll look like a wrestler." So Cena misinterpreted this, and he bought 86 pairs of boots and 128 pairs of trunks. Now, I really like that because that is commitment and enthusiasm. And also, John Cena was not liked by Vince McMahon and Triple H. They wanted to fire him, and he said this on an interview with Mix 106.1. But thankfully for John, Stephanie McMahon came in and actually saw something in John Cena when on one fateful day she heard John Cena freestyling in the back of a WWE tour bus. She was initially skeptical, but when she realized that John Cena was coming up with this stuff on the top of his head, she decided to give Cena a chance to prove his skills by rapping about the can of tuna Stephanie happened to be holding. So soon, Steph really understood John Cena's skill in terms of rapping, and this is where his next gimmick of Thuganomics came in. And he really started to get popular with that. This is where WWE really started to take him into consideration on the card, and fans started to love him. And in terms of his backstage cred, he earned it in 2005 when he beat JBL at WrestleMania 21 to win his first WWE Championship. Before we get to that, let's fast forward a little bit. Let's rewind a little bit. So John Cena won the United States Championship from Big Show before this, and really his first WWE Championship win was what marked him becoming a superstar. So in 2005, John Cena beat JBL at WrestleMania 21 to win his first WWE Championship. But backstage, a lot of people thought John Cena properly hadn't paid his dues. But he would obliterate that sentiment at Judgment Day 2005 because he spent most of his time in a PG, no red stuff environment. But at an I Quit match at Judgment Day, John Cena did one of the most extreme blade jobs in WWE history. And this blade job really gave John Cena all his backstage respect. I don't think we should really dive into how John Cena became the icon for WWE because you guys probably seen that. You guys can see that for yourselves. But let's talk more about John Cena's career as an actor and how he became so famous. So, John Cena is a great personality that attracted WWE audiences, which is why he was able to sell so many merchandise, and he was so loved as a character by the WWE because of his comedy, his intelligence, his grit, his desire. And eventually this led to John Cena filming his first movie, which came out on October 13th, 2006, The Marine, for WWE Studios. And from there, things just started to hit. John Cena started to film movies such as 12 Rounds for WWE Studios, the movie Legendary, which I watched. It was a pretty good movie. And soon John Cena started to get more opportunities. He starred in Fred the movie and all the Fred movies. He made appearances in Trainwreck, Sisters, Daddy's Home. And, he just kept making appearances in movies. Recently, the giant film came out, Blockers. And from there, Cena's acting career really took off. He's starting to become like Dwayne Johnson in terms of acting because he's well suited for acting. I feel as WWE really is a great platform for the wrestlers to practice their acting and really entertaining the audience, and it's really easy for them to transition into an acting career. In fact, I feel like it's even better because they have more experience and they're way well suited and skilled in terms of entertaining the audience. Take, for example, Dwayne Johnson, Dave Bautista, and John Cena. So John Cena made a lot of television appearances as he started to become more famous. But another thing that really made him famous is that he granted over 500 wishes for children in need through the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and this has really give Cena even more publicity, and he even received the Chris Grecia Celebrity Award in 2009. But like I was saying, John Cena has done many things, acting, philanthropy, but he also has a career in music. He performed his 5th WWE theme song, Basic Thuganomics, and he released a full album, as you guys probably know of. His debut album, You Can't See Me, was recorded with his cousin, The Trademark, and it was really his only album. But John Cena also performed on 2 songs with rapper Wiz Khalifa for his 2 singles, All Day and Breaks, for the soundtrack to the WWE 2K15 video game in 2014. That was really his last musical appearance. But John Cena can do so many things. He can act, he's a musical composer, and most importantly, he's one of the greatest wrestlers we've ever seen. He's an amazing entertainer, one of the greatest entertainers of all time. So that is it for the story of John Cena and how he became a global icon. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.